What up, everybody? It's your boy, Mark Howard. You know what time it is. You know what we do. We talk Cowboys here. That's what we do. So, we're through, past the midway point of the combine, which is going to go on through the weekend. I haven't had much of what's been to report of it. I'm going to take a look at the video of it and look at some times. What I have been doing is looking and learning and seeing some of the people that's projected to go our way. I've made it no secret that I would like to have Caleb Downs, but I know a lot of people are looking at Sonny Styles. That's who's been pretty much mocked by most mock drafts that will be available for us to pick and be the best player to pick. Now, again, if Caleb Downs, and the funny thing though, that's the teaser, is a lot of people have Caleb Downs going like 10 or 11. Now, do the Cowboys put a package together to trade up for Caleb Downs? Now, again, I don't have privy of looking and meeting and talking with Caleb Downs and seeing his measurables. And again, the combine, as they say, is a small part of it. Of course, they do a big production for this combine to be a small part of it. I mean, I understand it's a moneymaker, but they sell out to come out here for it. It does mean something, and it holds some value. I think what it does do is gets the coaches and scouts closer to that player and engaging to that player. But on the field, looking at what's going on and knowing in the type of position that we need and where we have been very, very weak at in the defense, specific position that we've been weak at is safety. So you look at a person who I believe is a safety a position that doesn't value that high. When you see a safety that's listed in the top 10, you can guess whether some people will say, hey, Mark, you pushing Caleb Downs, you don't know if he's really going to be that good. This is why I know he's going to be that good. Not only is Caleb Downs the only safety considered in the first round, he's considered in the top 8 for the most part. There are people that got him going number 2, thinking Aaron Glenn being a defensive guy himself, a cornerback, that he's going to take Caleb Downs to improve his defense. They did give a lot away. Sauce Gardner, they traded and things like that. So that's a possibility. I don't think so. I think they're going to get the linebacker. They're going to get one of his teammates from Ohio State. So I can look at it and say that if Sonny Styles is available, based on the projections of the value of the players coming in, am I going to be hurt by it? No. No. I think another part where we haven't, I won't say, I got to say weak, but where it's been almost non-existent is linebacker. Saw that better with Overshown. Overshown has had a couple of injuries, so it does give a couple of serious injuries, so it does give you cause for pause. Michael Parsons was thought of as going to be an outside backer, but he turned into a defensive end. But who's Michael Parsons? That's that guy in Green Bay. We've tried other linebackers, and it's been a disaster, especially against the run. Safety is a very key, integral part of it. He can also double as another linebacker. But if we get a good quality linebacker and continue with quality linebacker play, I'm happy with that. You got to be. Here's the thing that's interesting to me, and this could be a throw-off. If you're watching, you listen, a lot of the emphasis with the defense is what's going to be in the secondary. And that's interesting to me. And obviously, with football being what it is more about the passing game. The running game is re-emerged in showing its value. Maybe not the same the way the running game has been. Football probably won't go back to that, but they're definitely not going to undervalue the quality of a running back anymore. The secondary has just become very, very key because you want to have diversity in the secondary. More important, you want to be able to have somebody that can cover, but also they got to have the versatility to be able to come up and play that run. That's why you hear the key words from the defensive coaching staff about being multiple. So you're going to have to be able to have multiple capabilities. Can't afford to really have a specialist. You can't have a guy in that we know, okay, this guy plays the run well. All right, if we know they got their run players in, they're going to pass. And they're going to scheme to pass that on that guy who can't cover very well. If you got a guy who is definitely covering the pass, but he doesn't cover the run, they're going to run the ball. It's very simple. Offense is really just having the ability, but at the end of the day, you take what the defense gives you. If you're in a position where you're taking away one thing, you're giving something else away. Very, very simple. But you have to have the ability to have that versatility to say, hey, I'm going to show you I'm taking one thing away, but I can play you once you go to if you go to where I'm giving you, I can play you there too as well. In football, you do have the opportunity on defense to put people in a position to say, hey, look, I can play your run and your pass. So what you want to do? The only thing you can do now is try to fool me. You may get a half a second because I just have to react and see what's going on. But if I'm studying my film and I'm being coached right and I'm putting the right spot, I'm going to be okay. This is what we need defensively. We need that aggressive tone. So I would say to you, hey, look, if we can get quality linebacker play from a player like Sonny Styles, that's who pretty much is being predicted to us, I'm going to definitely live with it. Because we'll need a linebacker. Okay? We'll need a linebacker if we are able to be blessed to get Caleb Downs. I just think you want to take the best player. Part of it with the safety position, it has been key because we have been vulnerable there. And this is why I'm really emphasizing getting a player, not just a safety to cover a position, have a better safety. I'm talking about a transcendent player that would probably be in the names of the Derwin James and the Ed Reeds, the Troy Palomalus, those types of great safeties. That's why I'm high on Caleb Downs. Sonny Styles, here's the thing. There are other players in position on Ohio State that is projected to go before him. So he's not considered the top player in his position. But he has the most upside. He has the most upside. He's younger. He could stay later. He came out of high school early. Don't mean to talk about it too much because I don't want to jinx it, but we'll see. Lastly, really quickly, I caution us as Cowboy fans not to get too worried and too caught up in the contract deal with talks and things like that with George Pickens. There's two players that are a must-have that we want to retain. One being George Pickens and the other being Brandon Aubrey. Brandon Aubrey is the best kicker in football. It's not even close. He's gonna command top dollar as a kicker. It's not that crazy, but here's the deal. Dallas traditionally has, to save money cap-wise, has not valued the kicker position. They get a kicker, does the job, does well, and then they let him go. They go make money. Although there's probably 5 or 6 kickers right now that are kicking on other teams that say, hey, I remember him, he started with us. Oh, I remember them, they started with us. And they're still kicking. Brandon Aubrey is special where you say, hey, look, we can't let that go. Why? Not only just because of his accuracy, but the depth of his accuracy. He's accurate from 60 yards as much as most people are accurate from 30 yards. So they're going to work on signing him. I think they'll do the franchise tag deal on George Pickens at the last minute, which tells me they're wanting to work something out. Probably will have something worked out. They'll put the franchise tag on them so they can continue to negotiate and probably hammer out the structure of how it will go. Also restructuring some other players to make sure the salary cap is kosher for other free agents. I think we're going to go after a couple of other, I won't say top dollar free agents, but I'm going to say they're going to be more than just minimum free agents. That's what I got here. We'll see. Hope you guys are enjoying the combine, enjoying your week. I know it's snowy in the rest of the world. I'm not in Texas. I'm in sunny California. You can see out my back in the window, the sun is shining. So, hey, may the sun shine on you wherever you are, no matter what the temperature is. Please hit subscribe, hit like. I appreciate all of you guys who are watching, and the following is growing. Having fun doing this. Love talking Cowboys because that's what we do. We talk Cowboys here. Y'all have a good day.